In my today's video, I'm going to show you how to do downhill parking and uphill parking. Make sure that you will check your rear view mirror, give right signal, check your right side blind spot, pull over to the right and come to a complete stop. Make sure that your car position has to be straight, put on parking, turn on the parking brake, and you will turn your wheel all the way to the right. For downhill parking, we turn our wheel all the way to the right. So as you can see that if our car will move forward, the front tire going to go and hit the curb and car will stop. So for downhill, towards the curb, view from inside, check your rear view mirror, give right signal, check your right side blind spot, pull over to the right nicely, don't turn a lot, turn as needed. Once you go near to the curb, go slow, straight up your wheel, make sure that your car position has to be straight, put on parking, turn on the parking brake, and turn your wheel all the way to the right. Towards to the curb, for downhill, towards to the curb. So view from outside, pull over to the right, come to a complete stop, put on parking, turn on the parking brake, and you will turn your wheel all the way to the right. So if you're doing parking with curb, you have to turn all the way to the right. If you're doing without curb, still you have to turn your wheel all the way to the right. For downhill parking, we will turn wheel all the way to the right. With curb and without curb, both sides, same direction, you will turn your wheel. So leave a close-up. Turn your wheel all the way to the right. Now we're going to do uphill parking, so make sure that check your rear view mirror, give right signal, check right side blind spot, pull over to the right, near to the curb. Make sure that once you will bring your car near to the curb, you will come slow, put on parking, turn on the parking brake, and you will turn your wheel away from the curb, so towards left. So for uphill parking, we turn our wheel all the way to the left. View from inside, you have to turn your wheel all the way to the left. So uphill parking, turn your steering wheel all the way to the left. If you're doing this parking without curb, you have to turn your wheel all the way to the right if you're doing without curb. So right now we are doing this parking with the curb. So we will turn our wheel all the way to the left. So what will happen if our car will roll back, it's going to go and hit the curb, the front tire going to go and hit the curb and car will stop. Thank you so much for watching. How to do uphill parking on a road test. Step number 1, signal right and pull up beside the curb. Step number 2, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. In this number 3, now this step may not be required on a road test because they don't take you on an actual hill, but if they do, then make sure you follow these steps. Put the car in neutral, take your foot off the brake slightly, and let the car roll back until it hits the curb. The curb helps lock the wheel so that the car won't roll back. Hey, I'm just curious, do they take people on an actual hill on the road test in your city? Let me know by commenting below. Now, after step 3, I want to caution you not to hit the gas pedal, because if you do, then the car would go up the curb and you will definitely fail the road test. So please keep your foot away from the gas pedal. Step number 4 is the last step. Shift the gear to park and pull the handbrake. Some instructors advise the students to turn off the car, but I never did that because you're going to have to drive up immediately after completing these steps. So I didn't see any point in turning the car off and turning back on to drive up. Now again, if that is a requirement on the road test in your city, then you must do it. Now, downhill parking is done pretty much the same way, except you need to turn the steering wheel all the way to the right instead of turning it to the left. So we'll follow the same steps. Step number 1, signal right and pull up beside the curb. Step 2, turn the steering wheel all the way to the right. Step 3, put the car in neutral, take your foot off the brake slightly and let the car roll forward until it hits the curb and the wheel gets locked. Again, make sure not to hit the gas pedal. Step number 4, shift the gear to park and pull the handbrake. So that's all about hill parking. Let me know how different